Welcome to my channel. Here's another short little video of whale watching in Juneau, Alaska, and a short trip to Mendenhall Glacier. This video covers a couple excursions we took while on a cruise to Alaska in August of 2023. Juneau is a beautiful city and obviously the capital of Alaska. It's interesting because it's landlocked and you can't reach it except by the ocean. Or, of course, by air. We've been on whale watching trips several different places before, but honestly, we saw more whales in Juneau than any other trip. In fact, probably more than we'd seen combined in all of the other whale watching trips we've taken. We saw individual whales, and the guide knew her name. We saw groups of 2, groups of 3, and even a pod of 7. As you can see, there are lots of boats out looking at these whales, and it's clear that the captains all share information as to where to go so that they keep their customers happy. Please excuse the shakiness of the video. We're having to videotape at extreme range on a handheld camera on a moving boat. The guide, or naturalist on board, explained why you want to get the money shot on a whale, which is when they dive and their rear fluke comes up into the air. The underside of that fluke is unique on every whale and lets them give them names and keep track of where they're at. There is online a catalog of identified whales to which you can look at and upload your pictures and then find out what the name of the whale that you saw is. I believe you can also check and see where that whale has been seen before and find a migratory pattern for each individual whale that's identified. In case you didn't know, these are humpback whales. They're called that because of the rise above the surface that they have just before they dive, like you're seeing right now. Humpback whales spend June through October in Alaska and then migrate to other parts of the world. These whales are getting ready for the long trip down to the tropical waters where they'll spend the winter. Humpback whales travel as far as 5,000 miles in their migration, and they go all over the world.
Appear to be about 3 humpback whales in this area.
While Diana was doing her best to get some video shots of these whales, I took some still photos of these magnificent creatures, doing my best to get nice shots of the flukes. To be honest, getting a clear shot of a fluke is very challenging. Here's a shot of the beautiful scenery near Juneau. On the way back to port, we had a chance to see some harbor seals resting on top of a buoy.
Anywhere you can get up out
Apparently
of the water,
these
but
are
stay close to it, I
younger
guess.
ones, and our guide told us that the fully adult males wouldn't be able to get up on them because they would tip the buoy over. After arriving back to port, we took a short little bus ride to the Mendenhall Glacier, which is a very visited glacier near Juneau. This Mendenhall Glacier is about 12 miles long and about 1.5 miles wide at its widest. Mendenhall Glacier has been receding between 100 and 150 feet a year. The glacier is part of the Tongass National Forest, and it's not just a place for people to see a glacier, but it's also part of a national park and a nature preserve. That's why this ranger was yelling at everyone to get out of the way, because this porcupine has the right of way in the national park. We did take the short hike to one of the viewing areas, but as you can see in this video, there are people over there by that waterfall. It's a little bit longer of a hike, and we were concerned about being able to make it back for the bus, so we didn't go that far. We did, however, get down to the shoreline and get to pick up some of the ice that was floating around as it calved off the glacier. After the glacier, we went back to the dock in Juneau, and because we were in Alaska, we had to have some king crab legs. This is a pretty expensive lunch. The crab legs and other sides cost about $90. After lunch, we went up on the gondola to the mountain above Juneau and went on a short hike. Walk out to the end so you don't get the railing.
Here's Juneau.
At the top of the gondola is a restaurant where I had a beer. And then we went on our hike. We saw totems that are installed by the native people. And then ventured through the woods. It's a very interesting type of forest there on top of the hill. Here we are on the way back down in the gondola. You get a view of the port, and our ship is down there below us as well. Thanks for watching this video, and if you've enjoyed it, please consider subscribing to my channel so you get notice when I make other ones. Also, give it a like so other people can find it. I have several other excursions from this cruise that I will be putting up in the next month or so.